How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a spectacular day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really do enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. If you guys have subscribed, thank you guys all for the love and support here on the channel. And if you guys are brand new subscribers, I highly encourage you guys to check out all my playlist videos. You guys can check out all my past content from the past several years that I have produced, whether that be videos or streams. And if you guys would also consider heading over to Twitch, follow me there at Douglas447, where I stream there at least once a week, whether it's for Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny 2. And of course, if you guys have any movies or shows you guys want me to watch and review here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys have any games, board game, card games you guys want me to watch and purchase and review, please let me know in the comment section down below. And we're going to be doing another unboxing video and kind of a how to play the game of sorts in this video. And we are of course going to be talking about Star Wars The Mandalorian Monopoly. Now, in general, I really don't consider different versions of Monopoly something to talk about. That's why I haven't done it here on the channel. I have several different versions of Monopoly in my collection. I've got Star Wars Monopoly, I've got Halo Monopoly, I've got the original Monopoly, I've got Star Wars Monopoly, and a couple others that are hiding somewhere in my shelf. But I was given to this version of Monopoly, Star Wars The Mandalorian, and I was like, oh, okay, another Monopoly game. Fine, whatever. More Monopoly to me, woohoo. I had no problem with it. But when I read up online about this game, I decided, you know what, this would be a great idea for an unboxing video. So this is going to be a little different of an unboxing video because I've already unboxed this thing because I was super giddy to check it out and see what's in it. But I've already put everything where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to show you guys what comes with the purchase of Star Wars The Mandalorian. Now, on average, this game's going to run you about $35. Now, there are times when you can get it for about $25, as low as that, and there are times when it's going to run you about $40 to $45. Depends on where you get it from, you know, your retailer, and it depends on when you get it. So if you purchase this on Black Friday towards the holiday seasons for Christmas and such, this game's going to cost a lot more. And towards the earlier parts of a new year, this game's going to be cheaper. So do keep that in mind. It's going to run you about $25 to $45, $30 on average. And I don't think $25-$30 for this game is a really bad price tag. I think anything above $30 is kind of outrageous, but that's your own personal preference. And you know, if you're really into Star Wars and spending $45 for a board game that is in the Star Wars universe, especially taking place during the timeline of the Mandalorian show, then I think you're going to be satisfied. But I had a friend give me this for my birthday recently, and I'm really happy about this purchase. I really enjoy the game mechanics and such. So for those of you who don't know, this is a 2 to 4 player game. This isn't like standard Monopoly, which is why I'm talking about it in an unboxing video. This has similar mechanics to Monopoly, but it's basically two games smashed into one. So it has elements of Monopoly, but it also has elements of protect the, VIP from being killed off by evil bad guys in a board game sense. So this is a 2 to 4 player game, and it is ages 8 and up. So here's another couple seconds so you guys can take a look at the front of the box. Nothing special about the size or anything. And then, of course, if you guys want, I'll show you guys the back for a few seconds. And this is the back. It tells you, you meet unexpected allies, battle powerful enemies, and you need to keep the child, aka Grogu, safe and alive before he is killed off. So when you do purchase the game, it actually comes in a cardboard box, and you just have to tear this flip open. Now, you don't have to keep this protective shell on it for the actual container of the box. I prefer to, just because of the what if scenarios in case someone drops water or something. You really don't want it damaging the actual box itself when it comes to collecting this. So on the sides of the box, you got the, little pew pew missiles. You got more of this. And then the cover of the actual box is the chest plate for the Mandalorian himself. And then I'm gonna lower the camera for you guys a smidge so you guys can actually see. And then here we go. lift the lid on up. And you might be hearing all this jingling around. You might be wondering, what's that all about? So here you have the instruction manual. Not too complicated. If you've played Monopoly before, you kind of have a general gist, but I will explain as to what the big difference is to this game compared to other Monopoly versions. So here we have the board, and I will show this to you guys. It's very colorful, very artsy. They did a great job recapturing the magic of the first 2 seasons of the Mandalorian show. So there you go. I'll hold this up for you guys for a few seconds so you guys can look at it. Got a nice picture of Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano, Boba Fett, some Stormtroopers, the Death Troopers, of course Grogu and Mando, some ship combat over here. And as you can tell, we have our famous ghost faces in jail, just visiting, free parking and such. And you can tell there's a couple different things on the board, which if you guys dive into the game itself, will explain all that. So that is that. Very basic board, nothing too complicated. You will, when you end up purchasing the game itself, going to have these cardboard-like cards that you're going to have to punch on out. They'll be all together, and you have to punch these out, and these will affect the game itself. So, and then, unlike in past Monopolies where you have like 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s, and 500s, what you end up having is you have these 2 different colored credit-like tokens. So, I believe that the brown one is worth 10 credits and the gold is worth 50. Yep. And then, of course, you're going to have a bunch of cards. There is one thing I don't like, that there is a center-like box right here where all the credits go for you to keep them all in one place. Unfortunately, if you're moving this game around and whatnot, and you're traveling with it and such, that these credit pieces, they're going to fly all over the place in here, so do keep that in mind. So you've got a bunch of these Stormtroopers. Of course, you have one specifically designed for Moff Gideon. Let me zoom that in for you. Got Moff Gideon there. So you got some awesome things of that nature. Then you've got player cards, and kind of like, you know, you land on this space, do this action. And then what is also unique is that while you're playing the game and you're, you know, buying hideouts, what you do, you don't get to buy houses or hotels in this game. The objective is to try to be the person with the most credits at the end of the game. And the way that the game ends is that either one of the bad guy troopers will end up landing on Grogu's base, and Grogu is by themselves, or there is another trigger that triggers the end of the game. I don't remember exactly how the game ends. If an Imperial lands on a space where Grogu has been left alone, no one wins, or you end up defeating Moff Gideon. So there's 2 ways that this version of Monopoly is triggered to end. And of course you have the awesome Grogu here. And then if you wish, you can play as 3 characters. You can play as Boba Fett, you can play as Ahsoka Tano, Bo-Katan Kryze, or the Mandalorian himself. And each of them actually have their own cards in the game. I will show you off Bo-Katan really quickly. And what is unique about this Monopoly also is that depending on which of the 4 characters you pick, you actually get to have some special abilities. So like for Bo-Katan, she says when you pass go, you get to collect 50 credits instead of the normal amount, which I believe is 20. And if you have Grogu, when you pass go, you get to collect 70 credits. So there are benefits depending on which character you pick. Like I said, there's only 4 max that you can have. And depending if you have Grogu with you, you actually get to use this special green dice, which is kind of weird because it only has numbers 1, 2, and 3 on it. It doesn't have 4, 5, and 6. And then, of course, you have your normal 1 through 6 dice here to move. So I'm going to show you guys each of the pieces really quickly. So you have the awesome Grogu piece, which of course is green, and in the board itself you have all of them aligned equally, so you guys can put them in here nice and safely and keep them protected. And here's Ahsoka Tano. I really like the design work. It's not too complicated. You can figure out who's who. Here's Mando. They really did a great job on the artwork for the game. Now you might be thinking, okay, this game's really complicated then if it's not just standard Monopoly. It's pretty simple. There's just a couple extra gimmicks in here, so it feels, like I said earlier, 2 games in 1. We got Bo-Katan here on my left, and then of course Boba Fett here on my right. So, very nice pieces. They're not going to break, they're not flimsy. And then we have the 3 bad guy characters. We have normal stormtroopers that came in for nothing. Then of course we have the robot death troopers from season 2 that, spoilers, Luke Skywalker slices and dices in case you haven't seen that season for some reason. And then of course we have Moff Gideon. So I'm going to tell you guys really quickly how you play this game in case you guys are interested in purchasing it. So how to win is you move around the board buying as many hideouts as you can. The more you own, the more rent you're able to collect from other players. If you're the player with the most Imperial credits at the end of the game, you win. So, like I said earlier, the game ends immediately when Moff Gideon is defeated or an Imperial enemy passes or lands on Grogu, who has been left alone. So you want to always try to have one of the people that is playing the game, yourself or someone else, with Grogu, so the game isn't ended. If an Imperial enemy lands on a space where Grogu has been left alone, no one wins, which is kind of an interesting game mechanic. If Moff Gideon is defeated, players get to do the following. All the players collect rent from the bank for each of their hideouts. Their hideouts in the set, they get to collect double rent. So also they do have the double rent feature in this game. So if you own all the colors of a certain hideout set, then you get to collect extra rent at the end of the game, and you also collect triple rent from people that land on those hideouts. If a player has Grogu, they get to collect 100 credit from the bank, and the player with the most Imperial enemy credits collects 50 from the bank. If there's a tie, the tied player with the most hideouts collects $50 from the bank. The player with the most Imperial credits wins. So there's 2 ways that the game can end. So this game can last, about an hour or 2, or this game can last 30 minutes. It's all based on some features of luck and whatnot. I'm not going to dive into a lot of like how you battle the enemies and all the character abilities. It's all explained in the instruction manual. And I think honestly, guys, that getting this game for about $25-30 is a really good purchase. You're going to enjoy the content. You're going to enjoy the gameplay loop. And that's going to do it for me for this unboxing video of Star Wars The Mandalorian. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Look forward to more of these coming out very soon in the future. I am planning on doing tons of more unboxing videos in the coming weeks, so look forward to them. If you guys missed out on any unboxing videos here on the channel, I've got a bunch of them in my playlist video titled Unboxing. I've got some for Plunder, Rainbow Pirates, Splendor, Jurassic Park 3 the game, Here to Slay, Trekking the World just came out. So if you guys missed out on those, I encourage you guys to check out those videos. You'll enjoy them. If you guys have any comments or questions you guys want to post in the comment section about this game, please go ahead and do so, and I will get to replying to you guys about those comments and questions very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. I'll see you guys next video or stream. Bye, guys.